Hello, my name is Meerah, and I'm a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about SCP-3000. Now, this is my first SCP video, so usual disclaimer, if you're new to my channel, this is not a deep dive video by any means. I'm just going to attempt to summarize its file in my own words to the best of my ability, and if it piques your interest, the link is in the description to read the full thing for yourself. It's really well written, so I recommend that you do that anyway. But yeah, so this is my first video diving into SCPs. I'll just give a brief description of what an SCP is to those who may not be aware. The SCP Foundation is a collaborative wiki where writers from all over the internet have for the last 18 years contributed stories of entities, objects, places, and concepts that could be considered supernatural, paranormal, eldritch, surreal, or weird in nature. SCP stands for Special Containment Procedures, and the fictional foundation is responsible for securing, containing, and protecting said supernatural or paranormal phenomenon, as well as keeping it a secret from the general population, lest there be panic. The SCP's wiki articles and writers have been the inspiration for many countless viral horror icons in the modern day. Okay, so now that general stuff is out of the way, let's move on to our subject for today, SCP-3000. It was one that many of you recommended I check out first, since its nature most aligns with my area of expertise, you might say. Feels weird to say that, because I'm definitely not an expert. Aligns with my hyperfixation. I guess that would be a better way to describe it. So thank you to my Lorekeepers Popcorn Sonata and Beitodesstrafe and commenter Broderick Beasley B8X for recommending this specific SCP. I appreciate you all so much, so let's get into it. All I can see is darkness. There's a chill, foul wind blowing, pushing me towards a brink I can't see, on the edge of the nothingness, inches from oblivion. There's a sickness in my mind that I know can't be cured. Beyond me is only blackness and a single pair of dark eyes. Silence, only silence. My consciousness is coming undone, and only the eel remains. SCP-3000 is a Thaumiel class SCP, designating it as highly classified, but also as an SCP that can be used to contain or neutralize other dangerous SCPs. Its physical appearance is that of an impossibly large eel. It was discovered in 1971 after 15 unfortunate Bangladeshi fishermen went missing along with their 2 boats. Apparently something similar had happened 2 years prior to this incident, and the Foundation already had researchers in Calcutta. Though I think it's probably safe to assume that the Foundation has researchers everywhere, or at least almost everywhere. A search was carried out and the boats were discovered, along with the giant unknown object deep in the Bay of Bengal. Foundation divers, specifically a group of 3 MTF Orion 9 Kingfishers, departing from the Foundation submarine SCP-F Stravinsky, would be unfortunate enough to discover the existence of SCP-3000. At least I believe that's how the series of events unfolded. Containment procedures would be put in place in April 1972, with the ATSAC protocol being adapted in October 1998. The 3 members of the dive team would experience something similar to nitrogen narcosis and a splitting migraine, and began seeing and hearing things, repeating each other, generally just huge cognitive distress and disruption that we all now know is due to proximity to SCP-3000. Foxtrot would be consumed first, followed by Alpha, with Bravo slowly suffocating in the dark despite rescue attempts. Bravo, or presumably I believe their name is Dr. Adam Hollister, would be the one to first discover the Y909 compound, which is excreted from the skin of SCP-3000 after it has fed. The SCP only appears to feed on humans, or D-class subjects. Class D personnel are expendable low-level human test subjects. which are often used to interact with such frightening, unknown, dangerous SCPs. The ADSEC protocol would be put into place to collect said excretion. A person, or Class D subject as they call them, which is so dehumanizing, is administered a sedative and delivered via submarine and then ROV to the feeding site where the SCP-3000 would then consume them and begin excreting the compound around about 2-ish hours after it's completely done eating. And then a team of deep-sea divers would be sent out to collect the Y909 compound. The compound has been deemed irreplaceably valuable in modern amnestic application as individuals administered the compound display an increase in memory clearance and suggestibility while not undergoing the usual side effects of other amnestics such as vomiting, headaches, insomnia, etc., etc. Subjects treated with Y909 report significantly less intrusive memories. Unfortunately, SCP-3000, despite having a containment protocol and its byproduct of feeding being such a boon, it's still extremely dangerous. Even those not in close proximity of it in the open ocean can experience psychological deterioration, such as the case of Dr. Venkatraman Krishnamurthy, who believed that SCP-3000 was actually the god Anantashesha, and that it being this god would explain the treachery against cognition that many experience in its presence. This god exists across all time, that exists beyond nothingness and the void. Venkat believed that this god was the one tampering with their minds, causing them to remember things that they never experienced, exchanging memories with other crew members, and eventually the psyche breaking down entirely. Dr. Manava, who was a friend of Venkat's, would later realize that his memories were actually those of Venkat's family, not his. Take a drink, because a long quote is incoming. If even I can't remember myself, how can I expect anyone else to remember me? I have forgotten my own life, and I'm strangely apathetic at this revelation. I will fade into the darkness as thousands before me have, and thousands after me will. No one will care as I am forgotten. I do not despair for my own sake, but for us all, you and I, we will all face obliteration. I am not important. You are not important. Vast droplets of irrelevancy stretching eons in the sea of time. We may fight against it, but our enemy is inevitability. I do not think that the eel is Anantashesha. I don't think it would matter if it was. What is clear to me now, as I feel myself coming apart, is not that the eel is some mythological creature or divine serpent. Perhaps it's just a primitive creature that eluded us, holding no malice. Perhaps it really is some primordial deity, harboring resentment beneath the surface. The eel is not the harbinger of my demise, or humanity's doom. The eel is not the end of all things. It only shows us what the end looks like. And in spite of everything we might believe, every ideal we hold or providence we pray for, I know this much is true for all of us. Our end will be a forgotten one. So yeah, I had to really sit with this one for a while. It's such an interesting entity, and its report is so well written. Seriously, mad props to the writers. It's so quintessentially Eldritch, and I love everything about it. I hope you enjoyed hearing about it too. As I said before, I highly recommend going to the SCP Wiki and reading this for yourself. There is a link in the description. Again, this is not everything about the entity. This is just a real brief rundown, just to give you a little taste. Super special, awesome thank you, as always, to my channel members, especially Loremasters, PwNaGeDOTexe, Beitodesstrafe, General Jehuty, Vlad, and Lexaous. May Yog grant you the knowledge you seek, my friends. Friendly reminder that I do have a Patreon where you can go to join for free as a member to watch my videos without those pesky YouTube ads. Ugh, I hate them so much. Also, you know, liking, commenting, and subscribing on here really helps the channel grow, so if you like this kind of weird content, want to see me cover more SCPs, you all know the YouTube drill. If you have an SCP that you think that I would be really interested in, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and if I do like it enough, I will definitely make a video about it. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you all next time here in the library.